everyone. Barb Pitcock here. Welcome to No Guts, No Story. If you're watching live, please comment quickly live and let me know where you're coming in from today. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments. Your comments matter. That helps me know if people are even seeing this or not. So please just comment and let me know where you're watching from. And if you would go up to the top where it says follow, and if you hit follow, you'll actually get every single message that I bring. If you don't, Facebook has a way of not letting people see when you go live. And Instagram, I'm not that big on, but I'm growing. I am growing on my platform. So this is my favorite hour of the week. I love to just inspire and train and help people feel better than they did at the end of the episode than they did at the beginning. So on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me right now, what are you feeling right now? If 10 was your optimal and 0 was like, I literally need a miracle, where are you at right now? Because a lot of people right now are so low. They're just feeling so low and they're like, what can I do? And today, this message is for you because honestly, guys, you are one decision away from a completely different life. And I mean that. One decision away. In fact, today I shared this on every one of my pages, from Frequent's fan page all the way to an author page from a book I wrote that is a story from 20 years ago, because the whole entire world needs to hear this message. And when I heard this message, and if you haven't read the book Atomic Habits, that's a great book to read. I was going to grab it today, but I have so many books. I need a librarian to come and like alphabetize them because I have so many books on so many levels of our house. I couldn't even find the book, but I'm getting there. I have a massive library. But I remember giving my daughter that book, Atomic Habits, when she was going through a really tough time in her life. And I want to tell you, if you're not reading or listening to Audible, you're probably not at the highest that you could be. But if you are reading and you are listening to good stuff and you are being mentored and coached by someone who actually cares about your success, you can go from 0 to hero in a minute. You could have had 10 bad years and all of a sudden you move into the best year of your life. And that's my goal with all of you today. So you're one decision away from a new path, from a new identity, from a new income bracket. Like you're literally one decision away. And it's incomprehensible what could actually happen if you just got with the right person in the right circle. Maybe it's in the right church. Maybe it's in the right women's group. Maybe you need to be in our testimony group. Maybe you just need to be in Messenger with someone who can give you some advice. But with a swing of an axe, with the flick of a bic, right? With the start of a saw, with the roar of an engine, like you're one click away from you just saying, I'm going to have a brand new life. And I don't know why people stay stuck so long, but I think it's because they're so stuck in this imaginary world of who they are. And if you would just take out a sheet of paper, maybe you have a whiteboard like I do. I love a whiteboard because I'm creating all over my wall. But if you would just take a sheet of paper or your whiteboard, or maybe just draw it right on your bedroom wall, just take a Sharpie, line down the middle. Over here is the past, and over here is the future. And the past always seems to be this provider of our identity, right? I'm the mother of 3. I'm the grandmother of 4. I'm the oldest of 5. I am the one that is ramrodding most things in my family as far as Christmas or Easter or a family vacation or a trip to the lake. Like, and we become this identity because that's who we always were. Like I was always the oldest. So I was always trying to organize and protect and control. And then when my dad left, I was like the mom. I mean, I remember being 12 and all my friends were going to the pool to play, with our friends. And I was pushing a double stroller or driving a car illegally, trying to be the mom of these 4 kids because my mom couldn't be there. And so my past determined this personality that I thought I was. Like, I have to take care of everyone. I have to make everyone happy. I have to live here and do this and host that and plan this and pay for this or create that. Like I created the identity and it's not real. It's absolutely not real. I and you, I want you to say this out loud with me. I am one decision away from a completely different life, an ideal life that serves me, that makes me happy. Now, why am I still in Russell, Kansas, a town of 2,000 people with two stoplights, no choices for dinner last night? I mean, there are choices for dinner, but the three get old, right? And I was just thinking about it yesterday. And the reality is, I choose this because my bliss is family and people that I love. I've made a lot of money. I could have a mansion on the Lake of the Ozarks. I could be in Miami in a penthouse. I could be in Scottsdale where my kids live at the top of the most beautiful building downtown. I mean, my son did that and he loves it. But at the end of the day, I have to ask myself, do I want to wake up in a penthouse with a bunch of people at the pool or a view of the city and the sound of sirens, or do I want to be where I can wake up, walk outside, water my flowers in my underwear if I wanted, and nobody would know? I could sit in the hot tub with or without my swimming suit. I could go outside and see deer and birds, and I could feed them, and I could take a walk barefooted in nature, not on concrete. Like, I have to think, what do I want? And I co-created that life. Now, do I miss my grandkids when I'm not there? Yes, I do. But when I'm there, do I miss my mom and my siblings? Oh, I do. So then I come back here. And then when I'm here, I'm like, I wish I was on the lake. So then I go there. And Dave and I fish and we watch the deer at the lake and we feed the foxes. And I'm asking you these things, not because it takes a lot of money. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be famous. You don't even have to have a great job. You change your life the day that you decide it. You literally break the chains and you decide today is going to be the first day of the rest of my life and it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to make a decision to do that. You know, I had a birthday this month and I love birthdays. I love that I got one more year because I have a lot of friends that didn't get one more year. I have a lot of friends that have passed away at 50 or younger. I lost a neighbor lady this week, a neighbor lady that I prayed with in my lake house kitchen a week and a half ago. Literally on my birthday, on March the 13th, we were talking and we were laughing. And, you know, I asked her, like, who do you pray with? Because she had a certain diagnosis and she said, really nobody. I just listen to you on Saturday mornings. And I want you guys to ask yourself, what is your purpose and your passion? And who is praying with you or mentoring you or lifting you up? Because, I mean, this lady was over 75 and she was retired and she was my neighbor. And together we had so many great conversations. Her daughter was recently incarcerated. Her daughter crossed the center line on Christmas Eve and a family passed away. It was tragic. And we shared a lot of deep talks. We shared a lot of deep talks about raising adult children. We shared a lot of deep talks about mental health. She had lost her mother, and she had battled cancer before. She had given up on a daughter that couldn't beat addiction. And I was encouraging her, never give up, never give up, never give up. Like, incarceration might be the day that turns her life around. But this lady had so much heavy that she literally was trying to release. And if you don't get anything out of today's talk, I am going to tell you, you have got to break that chain of the past. It is an imaginary life that you're not in anymore. You're not in the past. Your past is not you. It does not define you. It is not who you are. I don't care what mistakes you made. I don't care what your kids or grandkids have done. That is not you. I don't care what your ex did. I don't care what your boss did. Like, I've been done wrong, and there's no doubt about it. I've been through hell, and there's no doubt about that, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm definitely not going to stay there. One of my Frequence family sisters lost a brother that they're burying today. And this girl's the life of the party. Every time we have a meeting, she dresses up like a unicorn because she says, we're the unicorn company. And she is the life of the party. She's dancing. She's loving on everyone. Come on, guys. We're the unicorn party. And we saw her at the launch on February 14th. And her energy, I mean, she was going to crush it. And she tragically lost her little brother this month. And today is actually the day of the service. And when I think about that, all of us go through chapters that are really, really, really hard. I had a friend message me this morning that said, I'm not even doing anything. Like, I am just stuck. I feel like I'm just getting left behind. And it really inspired me. Like, what can I do to reach down and say, nobody has to be left behind. Nobody has to stay stuck. Nobody has to feel less than or not important or loved or enough. And this week, I've been on an elephant kick. I have just learned this brand new story, which I don't have time to share with you guys today, but I'm so fascinated by elephants and women elephants, female elephants, what they do in their sisterhood. And I don't know what boy elephants do because I haven't had time to go read that. But the story of female elephants literally changed my life this week. And I brought it to our inner circle. Like, are you going to be an elephant that gets butt to butt and protects your sister and says, nobody's getting past me, not the predator, not the naysayer, not the gossiper, not the one that wants to betray or create some drama? Or are you going to be like, not in the sisterhood? And it's a decision, right? When I think about our little community, there are people who are building people up and there are people who are tearing people down. When I think about our church, there were people who loved our pastor and there were people that tried to destroy our pastor. When I think about the salon I owned, there were women that were always in it to win it and let's work as a team. And there was always one that wanted to talk shit on everyone in the salon. You knew who they were, right? And I want you to look in the mirror and say, who am I? Who am I? What is my sole purpose? What am I doing to get better every single day? Or am I just wasting away one more day? I'm one decision away from really changing my life. But instead, I'm just on repeat. I'm just living on repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. I wake up. I brush my teeth. I do my hair. I go to work. I come home from work. I do whatever I do when I get home. Then I eat dinner. Then I brush my teeth. Then I go to bed. Then I wake up. Then I repeat. Guys, that's not living. Like, we have breath. We have one more birthday, one more week, one more day. What about your neighbor lady? What about your teammate? What about the person who needs what you have and you're just over here feeling less than, like, I'm not really enough. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know how I got in this funk. And the reason I'm saying this is because I was her. 2 years ago, I was so low. I had spent my 2 years trying to get my daughter clean off of opiates and trying to change her and control her and save her and push her and pull her and move her and protect her. And my mother-in-law, who was dying a horrible, horrible situation. And I was a caregiver. And I gave so much of me that there was nothing left. I was the mother of this one, the grandmother of that one, the daughter-in-law of this one, the daughter of another, the sister of another. Like, I was just doing. And one day I was so spent that I was literally losing my hair. I had shingles all over my body. I was getting steroids shot in my butt cheek just so I could breathe. And I was like, how did I get to this point? Like, how did Barb Pitcock become so pathetically powerless that she can't get up? And you guys, that was the day I was like, enough is enough. Go read Atomic Habits. Draw the line in the sand. Draw the line on your wall. This is your past. That past doesn't define you. It's not who you are. It's not who you're going to be. And over here is your future. And like an elephant, I'm on an elephant kick today. A baby elephant is born. Do you guys know? I'm going to try to give you the 2-minute version because I did an hour of this on Wednesday night. But do you know that when a mother is giving birth to an elephant, every woman every female elephant in the entire jungle that knows about this birth that's happening, that's part of the sisterhood, comes around. They put their butts together. They back up to the mama that's going to give birth. They don't let anyone even see what's behind their butts. They lower their heads. They put their butts together. They all form a circle of elephants, and no one can get in. No one can smell the new baby. A predator cannot come eat the new baby. When that mama is in a vulnerable state, her sisterhood comes around and they stand together and they protect. They build a wall and they protect. They don't say, oh, did you see what she's doing? Did you know she's really struggling? Did you hear about her little daughter or son? They don't do that crap because they're a sisterhood. And I am obsessed. Not only do they get around her when she's giving birth, when the baby is born and there is a new elephant in the jungle, they literally raise their trumpets, they raise their trunks, they make an enormous amount of music and sound, and they celebrate the win of the other female. They're not jealous. They're not hoping that she fails. They don't care that she had twins and they only have one and she has two. They're just celebrating her because they're a sisterhood. And I am obsessed. This is our new symbol of our inner circle that we are creating because we're never tolerating the people that tear people down. At 55, I'm never doing it again. You want to talk shit and gossip? You want to tear people down? You want to be in a competition? You want to have an ego? You want to be the mean girl? Go get in the other sisterhood because I don't want you in my life right now. I don't have the time and energy to deal with drama. Okay, I don't mean I don't want you in my life. I'll pray for you. I'll even be in business with you and mentor you. You're just not going to be in the inner circle. There is an inner circle in your life, and there is an outer circle in your life. And some of you are so stuck trying to change the outer circle to be more like you know it needs to be because you know what you want and you know what your dreams are and what you're capable of. But you keep trying to save the outer circle. No, it's 2 or 3 people that you can really be close to and trust. And they're the people that have what you want. They're not the people that you're trying to change. If you're the smartest one in your inner circle, you're in the wrong circle. If you're the most successful one in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. That feeds your ego. That makes you feel great. Oh, you're the best athlete. How are you going to get better? How are you going to get better? I remember my son's senior year. I thought he was crazy. We have born and raised in this town all of our life. Dave and I born and raised, my kids born and raised. And one day, Chance was a senior, Kelly was a sophomore. Chance said, Mom, I'm never going to be a great athlete here. The coach wants me to lead weights. He's having some challenges in his family. Loved this coach. He had 2 little children born with disabilities. He had a child 3 hours away in a hospital. The coach was amazing. It's not about the coach. It was about how Chance could grow and get better. And his dream was to go play D1 football or baseball. And so my kids looked at me. I mean, this is the same home we've lived in since they were little. And they said, we want to move. We want to move to a bigger school, better coach, better facility, more opportunity, harder classes, more expensive to live. And I remember moving out of this house. I wasn't going to sell it. These are my roots. But we moved out of this house. And for 2.5 years, we moved away from my family. Everyone thought we were nuts. Christmas wasn't the same. It wasn't the same house. Traditions weren't the same because it wasn't here on our 22 acres. I wasn't right there to help with a traditional business. We had the largest Christmas store in Kansas, and I was the decorator, right? We were obsessed. We had live reindeer. We lit the fire. We had live nativity set. We were on the news. It was like my mom's RV park in the winter didn't have RVs and campers. So we used every electric outlet to light up the entire I-70. We would have 600 to 700 people at night coming through. Problem is, it was free. It was free because we were making so much money. We didn't do it to make money. We did it because I had an obsession with Christmas. So now I lived a commute And I would wake up at 3:30 or 4 in the morning and I would drive back to our hometown to do my responsibility, and then I would drive back before the kids got out. And I think back about this, like, what were we even thinking? We weren't thinking about why not to do it. We were thinking about the future. And before he even graduated, he had a choice to go on the East Coast where he wanted to go play baseball. And we never even explored that choice because his dream opportunity, he got a letter from K-State football that said, we don't even want you to wait until August. We want you to come in June. And I didn't even have his senior summer. He packed his bag and he was gone, and the rest was history. Now, there's a lot more to that story, but I will tell you, you are one decision away from your dream coming true. And all the people around you that love you the most are going to say, you're crazy. Just like I said, we're doing what? Why? You're a senior. You would start. You scored 7 touchdowns in the last game. And Chance said, I would rather go somewhere where I had to like work to get a spot on the team. Like, how am I going to get out of this little goldfish bowl and get to the pond or the river or the lake or the ocean? Some of you are so stuck in the goldfish bowl because you've always been there. And I'm not saying move, sell your house, leave your spouse, quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what decisions and habits could you make that would help you level up your game? Because you doing the same thing you did yesterday is going to get you the same thing tomorrow. An elephant is born tied to a chair with a little rope in the circus. Now, in the jungle, they can run free and do and be in anything. Like, they're one of the smartest animals in the world. But these little elephants get a rope on their chair. And you can walk by a massive elephant at the circus and it's not going to hurt you. It's not even going to move because it doesn't know that it has power, and it could literally drag that chair all the way across town. It just stays stuck to the chair. Limiting beliefs, limiting habits, keeps doing the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. It's the acceptance of a lie. My book. It's the acceptance of a lie. The elephant believes that it can't go anywhere. You believe, I'm not a morning person. I can't function in the mornings. I'm not a people person. You believe I'm shy. And I'm guilty of this one. I'm a C student at best. I just hire all the smart people. I say that a lot, but I'm so freaking smart. I think I say it because I don't want you to be intimidated by me. Like, business-wise, I have had the most genius ideas. But in reality, I never loved school. It was so hard for me to sit in a chair all day. I couldn't wait till 3:30 so I could work. I wanted to make money. I wanted to go mow lawns. I had 2 paper routes when I was 10. I wanted to roller skate at the roller skating rink and get paid to be the rink girl. I wanted to teach girls baton twirling lessons because I could get $250 a lesson. Like, I never wanted to be smart. I wanted to create. I wanted to make money. I wanted to build an empire since I was little. Like, I was 16 and I was teaching dance at the city building basement for Russell Rec Dance. I created so many things because that was my dream. And I'm asking you, like, I don't care if you're 16, you can start a business. I don't care if you're 66, you can start a business. I was listening yesterday to a woman that's one of the biggest real estate trainers in the world. She started at 57. And she said, I'm going to leave my traditional business. I'm going to do real estate. I'm going to come up and I'm going to teach other women how to do it. And I was like, you go, girl. Like, why are you staying stuck? Stop saying, I let people walk all over me. Like, I used to until now, and now I don't. You need to add the word until now. I have not been a people person, but today I am. Until now, I haven't been a morning person because Atomic Habits, that book, will change your habits, change your life. I can't say I'm a C student. I nearly failed. I didn't go to college. No, what I need to say is I'm self-taught and I am a serial entrepreneur. And I have been inspired by some of the greatest mentors in the world. And I'm building the fastest growing, most incredible culture, amazing product company that's ever hit the industry. And it's happening right now. Now, is everyone going to join me? No. And I don't need everyone. I just need one more Barb Pitcock. I need one more Dave Pitcock. I need 2 or 3 of you that understand what it takes to really build momentum in your life. Momentum is not something that you fall into, you create. You create that. And so let's talk about that. The Power of Habit is another great book. Atomic Habits is another great book. It's not what's wrong right now in your life. Let's take inventory of what's right. What's right in your life? Because it doesn't matter what's wrong. There is a lot wrong in my life right now. Oh my gosh. I could write a book on how bad my heart hurts a lot of days. I could write a book on the struggle that has happened within, my close family. I could write a book on what not to do in business. I could write a book on hard lessons learned. I could write a book on how to love people in your family that are maybe bipolar or struggling with addiction or manic depression. I could write a book on how to survive and not have, how your spouse survives with the loss of a mom. I mean, that's hard. We've had some hard stuff happen. And it's still hard every single day. I was thinking about my neighbor, and I was thinking, what do you get for a widow that's been married for 47 years? And I was like, you know what? I should make a post. What gift can I get when I leave Kansas and I go back to the lake house? And the flowers that we watered together every day are still there, but my neighbor lady's not there. And the fox that we fed every spring that has babies in my driveway, the fox and the new babies come, but my neighbor lady's not there. Like, what do I get for the widow? And I was thinking about him and I was like, you know what? I can have everything in my life wrong, but I'm not a widow. And I'm so blessed that I have Dave. Like, you can literally change the narrative in your life every single day, even if it's really hard times. So when you feel sad or mad or restless or angry, and you're looking at everything that has been, and you're thinking, I'm a had been. I mean, I have a good friend that is a legend in our industry that's literally made more money than most people that I know. Like, I always looked up to her, but she's been through a really hard time. And one day she said to me, I'm just a had been. And I literally screamed at her and I said, you are having a bad day today, but you are not, and you will never be a had been. You are a freaking legend. And you're in a chapter right now that is creating the rest of your life, depending on what you choose. You choose. Every single one of you, you choose. You can build something new today. To not break free, walk away and say, I'm going to build something new, and to stay stuck somewhere where you're not celebrated, you're not valued, you're not loved, you're not happy, you're not driven, you're not excited. You don't have a plan. You don't have a dream. You don't have a burning desire. You don't get paid what you're worth. You're crazy to stay there because you are wearing a raincoat around and it's not raining. You're wearing your winter coat around with your gloves and your hat. It's the first day of spring. And you're so stuck in the past and what has been. You can't see what is and what could be. And so when you think about that, put on the new shoes, put on the new coat, go get the new outfit, travel to a new destination, and say with me, like, my past is over. It's an imaginary thing. I'm imagining what was that isn't even here anymore. And I'm living in that because you choose the ideal world that you're going to build. Are we going through the motions because we're stuck in emotions? Are we just going through the motions, or are we creating momentum? Because I can give you all the tools you need to create a brand new life. If you don't have this planner, you are literally missing out. Nobody knows it, but I wrote this planner. It doesn't have my name on it. I'm a ghostwriter in the planner. And the reason why I wrote it is so I could help everyone in every company understand what my mentor taught me that worked in every company I ever built, whether it was our oils company where I helped private label 1,200 pharmacies and med spas all over the world with essential oils and CBD. Like, we did hard rock, guys. Like, nobody knew, but we literally were creating labels and going to market for massive companies and spas, 3 network marketing companies, and nobody knew. Like, nobody has to know what you're doing. You don't have to live your life where you have everybody in the middle of your business, but you do have to create your own momentum. It's not going to come attack you. Now, why would I start Frequence when I already had traditional businesses? Real estate is an obsession for me. Like, if you can take an ugly house, I buy the ugliest house on the street in the nicest neighborhood, make it beautiful, and make 100,000 in 90 days. I can do it. I have done it 3 times in the last 6 or 7 years. 90 days, I can do it. Show me an ugly house. Show me where to find it. I'll buy it. I'll fix it. I'll flip it, and we'll go to the bank. It is such a rush. Such a rush. But I will never forget, Dave and I bought one about 5 miles away from here. And I was like, my kids are going to move in this house. Like, it's close to my house. And I went there and looked at it with them. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a brick home. It has acreage. The girl was going through a divorce. I bought it for way less than what it was worth. We painted the kitchen. We laid some floor. I didn't even get it listed. Me and Dave did all the work. An airplane flew over, landed, went to my sister who's a realtor and said, when are you listing that house? And she goes, well, I can't tell you until it's listed. Like, there's laws I have to follow. And the guy was literally standing on the porch saying, I want to give you cash. And it was 100,000 more. We bought it in January. We sold it in March. I know how to make money, and I love making money, and I love teaching people how to make money. Here's the thing. You're not going to take the risk. You're definitely not going to go get the loan. You're not going to stay up late doing all the work and painting it and getting it ready to flip. And you're going to have so much anxiety because that's not who you are. And I can't teach you how to do that because most people won't. So as I'm taking the money to the bank, I looked at Dave one day and I said, okay, we have done this like 2 or 3 times and we keep buying a bigger house and a better house. And like, this is a rush, and we can retire and sit on this real estate. Don't have to deal with people. I don't have to worry about someone stealing my downline. I don't have to worry about some competitor suing me. I don't have to worry about some lady on YouTube making videos about what a terrible person I am. Me and you can just hang at the lake. We can buy houses. We can catch 20 crappie in a night, and we can make $100,000 every 90 days. Game over. And I was empty. I was so freaking bored taking money to the bank. And I will tell you, when my mother-in-law passed away, and then my daughter was in an ambulance, and I was getting 20 texts saying she's dead, she's not going to live, she's blue, she overdosed, she's not going to make it. Something happened in me. And that was the day, guys. I was like, enough. I'm not here to make money. I will make money if I make impact. I made a decision. I was going to sell all of these houses, including Dave's mom's house. She died. We buried her. We were sad. I was like, we could hang on to it. Maybe one of the kids want it. We could rent it. And Dave was like, I'm cleaning it out today. I don't want to live in the past. And you guys, I'm a hoarder. I'm a hold on to stuff person. Oh, up until now, I've been a hoarder. Like, I hold on to stuff because of the way that I grew up, and I cherish things. Like, I don't throw away leftovers. And I always think, like, who could use this? Every time I left the lake, every time, even if it was sushi from the day before, I boxed up everything in my fridge. True story. I put it in a cooler and I walked across the street because I'm always thinking about who doesn't have, even when I have. And I would walk across the street and I would tell Paul and Debbie, my friend that passed away this week, here's everything we just bought. We're driving back to Kansas. I can't throw away the milk. And she would be like, thank you so much. I'm not going to have to cook all week. I don't know why, guys, but it doesn't matter how much money I make. I do not waste. I don't really spend. Occasionally I will, but on my grandkids, let me rephrase that. Take me to see my grandkids. We're spending. I am different. I am different because of the things that have happened in my life. And so are you. But we cannot let the past determine the future. We have to say, the past is not who I am. The past conditioned me to be great. It taught me lessons, but today's the day I make a decision. What am I doing? What am I moving towards? The day I made that decision, it was like, are we really going to sell these houses that are just booked solid on Airbnb? Like, I can remember looking at my status, like, I'm a super host, and every week they're rented. And a house that I bought for 120 is now worth 400. And it's only been 2 years. And it's renting. It rented yesterday. Last week, the neighbor lady's friend stayed in it. Like, I kept the little one, but I kept 3 of them, but I sold the ones that were really banging. I sold the ones that were creating cash flow. And I walked away from $1 million a year. And I drew a line in the sand and said, we're going to go do something so big because it pulls me. It is my mission. It is my purpose. It is what I'm meant to do. And I'm not going to be the mother of a daughter that's struggling, that has an addiction. I'm going to be the mother of a daughter who is so powerful, that has a story that is literally going to change the world. And we are going to get through this together, and we're going to create a product like I did. And these products back here are going to help people with the dopamine in their brain. They're going to help people get up out of bed. They're going to help people not feel sad and mad and resentful. They're going to help people heal their gut, not have the cravings. Like, what could I do? And you guys, it was so scary. So scary. You just imagine selling all these houses that are worth something, including your mom's, Dave's mom's, and wiring $500,000 on a prayer that someone will buy the product. But every thought is a prayer, and every prayer is answered. And most of the people on the product I didn't even know a year ago. Oh no, the people I thought would come, they're not the ones that came. Some of them did. It's never the people you think. The stories I thought were going to be success stories, they're not the ones that are having the most success. Some of them are. If they're not, this is going to hurt. They're choosing not to. It's not me that makes people successful. They're either choosing or they're choosing not to change. Are they reading Atomic Habits, or they just keep listening to me? Oh, I'm not a reader. Okay. I'm sorry that you're not a reader. Listen to it on Audible. Well, I haven't had time. Okay. I have to let them continue to struggle, and I have to move towards the dreams and goals that I have. You have to let them. You have to cut the fat in your life that's pulling you down and telling you, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't know if I know the right people. I didn't either. I went on faith, and I said, this is not the life I want. I'm changing the narrative. And I co-created with my Heavenly Father a dream that I knew He wouldn't put in my heart if it wasn't possible. And it's happening. And you have a dream in your heart, and it wouldn't be there. You have to quit living life on repeat. You have to say, don't hang around with the people that think they deserve you in your time. Hang around the people that elevate you to be more, to do more, that push you. Creating, not waiting, guys. Creating, not waiting. And quit reacting. You know how they say, I can't remember. John Maxwell says, well, you always hear there's too many cooks in the kitchen, but it's something about the heat in the kitchen. And momentum is something that we create. You have to have this mental shift that you can't say it's too hot in the kitchen. Like, you can go turn the dial. Whatever you've tolerated for years, you can not tolerate. You can set some boundaries. Opportunities that you didn't take, you can take this one. Things that you didn't do, you can do this one. Disciplines you didn't have, you can have discipline. Changes that you need to make, you can make changes. You need to take out a sheet of paper. This is my last assignment for you. Draw a line down the middle. Everything that bothers me, everything I hate about my life, everything that's draining me, put it all on paper. Write it all down. And who cares if your relatives see it? Maybe they need to know you're the one doing all the dishes. You're the one doing all the laundry. Maybe they need to know you're the one paying all the rent. Like, communicate, right? Maybe your spouse needs to have a conversation with you where you're like, I don't love this situation. What can we do? Communication could change everything. Your marriage, your finances, your job, your coworkers, your team. But you have to say what bothers you, and you got to put that down. And then on the other side, things I'm going to do today to change my habits, to take action, to make the move. You're in the driver's seat. Quit being the passenger. Quit complaining. If the heat is too hot in the kitchen, go change the dial. If you don't like what's on the menu, go get the cooking pan and the spatula and you cook it up, right? You have to create the momentum. It's not going to attack you. Momentum is self-made. And it starts with me saying, today is the day that I'm going to make a decision and turn my life around. If you can't break free, even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat. You're on the hamster wheel. You're going, you're going, you're going. We wake up, we drive, we wake up, we drive, we work, we pick up kids, we cook, we clean, we do the laundry, we pay the bills, and we feel empty at the end of the day because we are allowing our outside circumstances to make us feel that way. When I created Frequent, I knew it was more than a product. I knew that it was more than just a story about my daughter. I knew that it was more than just alkaline drops, getting the minerals in and the toxins out because I lost my mother-in-law. And I mean, fear will make you do things. I never, ever want my children to see me go through that. I never want them to have to go through it. And it starts with me knowing what I don't want. You need to know what you don't want, or you'll never move away from the habits that are getting you everything you don't want. I had to change my habits. I had to change my philosophy. I had to change my daily routine. I had to change my story, right? I can't say I lost my grandpa to cancer. I lost my grandma to cancer. I lost my mother-in-law to cancer. I lost my neighbor to cancer. I can't say anything that I don't want to give power to, right? It's a reality, but I'm not attracting it. I'm moving away from that. How do I do that? Daily habits, daily disciplines. I can't say everyone in my family's a workaholic or everyone's struggling or the economy is bad. I can't blame it on the government, the president, whatever. I have to co-create. In the worst economy, you guys, get this one. This is going to literally knock the wind out of you. In the worst economy, millionaires are made. Do you know why I'm so excited right now about the economy? Because everyone is dumping their houses for pennies on the dollar, and everyone is looking for an opportunity to get in, to team up with someone that can teach them how to create an additional income stream. And I am that girl. I am that girl. You are that girl. All you have to do is say, okay, the economy is low. People are looking. There's a big problem in the world. Bring a solution. You know how you become wealthy beyond your wildest dreams during a horrible depression and bad economy? You find the problem. You solve the problem. You make it affordable for people to achieve the solution to the problem. And you go tell the world that solution louder than anybody else is telling it. That's the only thing we have to do. I know that I have a solution. I know I have a solution for people that are struggling financially. And I know that I have a solution for people who are struggling mentally. And with the community that we're building, I also have a place, a home, a circle of elephants that will protect the most vulnerable, the one that's broken, the one that's sad. You can be yourself. If you're an addict, if you're a felon, we don't care if you're from jail or if you're from Yale. Guess what? We treat people the same because your past is not you. It's your story. And to be honest with you, people with the most struggle and the hardest past always pass people that have never had a struggle. I don't know why. Don't be mad at me. The harder your story, maybe the better conditioning. If you're going through something really tough right now, start journaling. Say, what is the purpose that I'm finding right now? What is God trying to show me in my life? What am I being molded into? What is he trying to tell me to do? That's where I found the secret. I got in the word. I prayed when I was so broken. I prayed like, Lord, please don't let her die. I literally, that was my only fear. As long as I knew Brooklyn wouldn't die, I would be okay. How sad is that, guys? I was so low that what I said to my husband every day after we buried his mom, I would do my gratitude and I would be like, well, nobody died today. Like, it's a good day. And one day Dave said, stop saying that because someone did. Yeah, guys, that's how low I was. And when I wrote this journal, I I wrote the journal because it's what helped me get through it. And when I wrote the journal, the very first thing is, what are your goals for the next quarter? What do you want to happen in the next 90 days? Have you even done that? Or are you just living on repeat? Are you living on repeat? That's the question. If you don't know what you're going to do in the next 90 days, you're living on repeat. The next thing you have to do is define 50 things you want to accomplish before you die. And you know what's sad, guys? This is hard. I redo it every 90 days. This month, I got 13. The more success you have, the harder it is to dream, because I don't want a lot of things. I want things that money can't buy. I want to build a legacy. I want to build centers all over the world that help moms like me just roll up with your kid and not have to worry. Is she going to qualify or not qualify? Is it cash or insurance? Is there going to be intake or no intake? Is there going to be beds or no beds? Are they going to have a counselor or no counselor? Is she going to stay or is she going to leave? I mean, what if I could just build a place where everybody could come and stay, and there was always a bed, and there was always a doctor, and there was always a counselor, and it was free? That will take millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm going to make that happen. I am going to make that happen before I die. If you want to be a part of something that's a movement, if you want to be a part of something where there's a tribe that's around you, if you want to make money, if you want to get healthy, if you want to change people's lives and make a living at the same time, I'm your girl. And I'm doing it whether you do it or not. You can be on repeat or you can be on fast forward, but you don't have to stay stuck, guys. You don't have to stay stuck. You know what else I do? I wake up every day and I write my story. Have you written your story? Your story, how you want it to end? The book makes you do it. Like, write your story. Who is the person that could help you move forward? Do you even know who that is? Do you have a mentor? Do you even have their name down or their phone number? Who are you listening to? What are they doing to you? Is that okay? Eviction, like raise the rent, kick them out, get around people that will put good stuff in there. Next question, make a list of everyone you know that you want to work with. It takes an army. I couldn't do what I do on my own. I have people that are way more skilled than me. I need people that are more skilled than me. I got to humble myself and get out of their way. You think I want to be in the accounting department? Ugh. No, I don't. I want to make all the money and pay someone else to give it all away. I want to make sure that the bills are paid and give the rest away. I don't want to have to be in charge of that, nor do I want to have to worry about that. That's not my strength. I'm a creator, not a green personality that puts it in an Excel file. Quit trying to be someone that you're not. Get yourself around the right team. Who are the people you need in your life? And you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a calendar. Do you have a calendar? My calendar has time for family. It has time for business. It has time for Barb. It's hard to take time for Barb, but you got to put your mask on before anyone else, or you can't lead a team. And every day, you guys, here's what else. I have a journal. When I drive down the road, I'm listening to good stuff. I'm taking notes. Do you even have a journal? Do you even have a journal? Probably not. Most people don't. I say it every day, but every day for 90 days, these are the questions. My gratitude for today is, I know you probably don't want to buy the journal, so write these questions down, print them out every day. What is my gratitude for the day? What are my 3 goals I want to accomplish today? 3 things every day. If you don't get them done, move to the next day. What do I need to do? Like, discipline yourself and do all the things you need to do that you don't want to do right away. Don't procrastinate. When I think of something, I just dial it. Dave will be like, wait. Everyone in my family will be like, did you just call them? Like, yeah, I don't want to procrastinate. I don't procrastinate anything. I am a take action girl. Do you want to go to the bank, or do you want to sit and talk about someday when you're going to be able to go to the bank? It is your time to go to the pay window, people. It is your time. What do you need to follow up on? What projects are you on right now? Who are you waiting on that is procrastinating that won't move? What are some things that you can do to help move it forward? What are the things that you accomplished today? At the end of the day, you got to write down what you did right. What did I do today? Even if it's just, I read 2 pages of a book. I walked. I drank my water. I mixed up my mushrooms and I put my minerals. I got my body alkaline. See, I put the minerals in the water right away. So all day I know I'm drinking the minerals, pulling all the toxins out, putting all the minerals in. It takes discipline. I mean, it's a mere $50 a month. And it could be the game changer of how long I live my life. and it's tuned with frequency, but like it'll be easy to not do it because that sounds a little woo woo. And I mean, it takes time to mix the water. Like you can make excuses or make money. You can make excuses or make changes. Good health is not going to attack you. Neither is money. Neither is opportunity. In life, things are going to have a tendency to not happen. It's up to you to make things happen. And you guys, I can give you all the tools in the world. God can give you all the opportunities in the world. Dave has a lot of tools. If he doesn't go turn on the saw, get out the hammer, fire up the chainsaw, and build, nothing's going to happen. You have all the tools right now. You are the architect. Are you going to sit and look at all the tools and make excuses? Or are you going to go pick up the hammer? Like somebody has to start the momentum. It's never going to just happen. And at the end of every day, things I accomplished, things I need to move forward on tomorrow, what was great about today? You got to end your day with what was great because your mind can't hold two things. Negative and positive can't live up here. You got to end the day with positive. And when I fall asleep every night, I write in my journal, how did I grow? How did I get better conditioning today? Because even if it was bad, I grew, I learned, I got wiser, I got stronger. I got a bigger capacity. And then I fall asleep looking at my dream board on Pinterest or scrolling on Zillow. I'm not going to let news go in my head, and I'm definitely not going to let something bad steal or drain my energy. I'm building an empire, and I'm building people up. Are you building an empire, or are you on repeat or around people that are tearing people down? Make a change, guys. Today is the first day of the rest of your life, and I want to be the one that inspires you to make the list, draw the line down the paper, find the problem, find the solution. What do you want? What do you not want? What was your past that isn't you, and what is your future? Because you're the one holding the pen. You're the architect. You're the one writing the book. And God will not give you a dream if he didn't believe you could have it. So let's go, go, go. Get off repeat and let's put this baby in play. I'll see you guys next week on No Guts, No Story. If you want the journal and the book, you can get it at pitcockmarketing.com. If you're a part of Frequence, it's right there. Everybody in Frequence gets it in their cart. And I would love to be someone who could mentor and coach you to live the life of your dreams. If you don't have someone to talk with, to pray with, to grow with, to make money with, to get healthy with, pick me, because I would love to be the one to inspire you to live your dreams and end your life saying, I did it all, because that's what I'm going to do. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you next Saturday on No Guts, No Story. Please share this episode with someone that would get some good out of it. That's really the only thing I'm asking. Just go share it or tag a friend. Have a good day, everyone.